One. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Olivemusic podcast. Today, we got some special guests. Shout out, we got the whole crew today. From Porterville, California, we got your guys' very own Akashic Home Productions. Shout out Akashic for being here today. You know, salute to you guys. What's up, Jesse? We have Jesse, right? We got Jesse.
Yeah.
We got
government name.
WhipitupJae. If you don't know, now you do. You know.
We got WhipitupJae, and then we got behind the scenes. We got the boy Rahim Ali, music producer / engineer as well, bro. So shout out to you guys for coming out here today, being a part of the Olivemusic podcast, being a part of what you guys are doing in the community. Just kind of everywhere in the valley, right? You guys are kind of, you know, building your guys' own kind of brand. Been doing it for a little while. So
been cooking.
Kind of tell us about your guys' journey so far, bro, and why you guys continue to operate the way you guys do.
What do you mean by journey?
Your guys' journey, bro. Pretty much your guys' path to where
Akashics
you guys are
like us as individuals.
The whole group.
The whole group?
Exactly. From individuals to a group.
I'm going to take that ball and pass it over to WhipitupJae.
Yo, so I feel like there's a lot of growth and there's a lot of mistakes that are like bound to be made down the line, and you just have to sit there and just understand how your reality really is determining your habits and the kind of person that you are. So, you know, it started off careless, young, you know, but then you start picking up the pace a little bit. You start trying to understand how everything really works, and then soon you'll realize, you know, I don't know anything. We just got to play part of the game and do our thing.
Yeah. Well, what mistakes did you make that helped you develop in your experience?
I would say being careless. A big one is celebrating in sin what I accomplished through prayer. Every single event, every single good thing that's ever happened to me is strictly through prayer. And if I celebrate in ways that are honorable in the eyes of God, then that's something that I sit with for weeks. That it consumes me, honestly, and it gets my mental a little down. But then you realize, you know, we're humans. I'm young, you know, we're gonna make mistakes. And another thing is just like not calculating the overhead and like the receipts and stuff like that. You start losing a little bit of money, but every successful business, they gotta lose, you know, a couple thousand.
You're gonna take losses a lot within your first years of operations and shit. Yeah, it happens. You know, it's the hustle that you signed up for, basically. But like, it's super dope, bro, because like, you know, we be seeing you guys, you know, doing like you catering, you know, community events and being part of these, you know, these super dope things. You guys are giving back to the community, bro. It's super dope to kind of see that, bro. Like,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you don't see any sort of catering business or any sort of businesses giving away like that. You know, you guys are giving away free food. You know, obviously that costs a lot of money and everything for that. But, you know, being able to, you know, give back to people in need, giving food away, being able to operate the way you guys do, bro, is so, you know, it shows so much love that you guys put into the community, bro. And that's super dope, honestly.
I got that, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. No worries, bro. So, like, how long have you guys obviously been working together? And what is your guys' goals down the road?
Working together, I mean, if you want to talk about catering, ever since Jay came into the picture, we've been trying to help him with that. Like, I always saw, he had a passion for cooking, you know, like, whenever he walked into the studio one night, I was talking to him and it was like, you know, I honestly don't remember the conversation that well.
That's cool.
But after that, I remember one thing that we did was we did these drinks, you know, we call them Akashic Springs, and it's just freshly squeezed juice, all that, right?
I remember those.
And then one of our other boys, shout out Way Too Much Prada, you know, if he wanted to be here, you would. But you know, they met, and then we gave him the drinks, and because Jay sold plates of food at school. Like, he would go to school and sell plates to people.
So you were still in high school, but already doing this shit on the side? Hustling this shit?
Bro, I don't think there's anything outside of God that I love more than food and cooking.
Yeah.
And so one day I was making food, I'm like, yo, this stuff is too good not to, like, try to sell it. Bro, it was like, my mouth is watering thinking about it. Like, it's actually crazy. But, yeah, I would sell plates. You know, I would be ranging them from, like, 15, 25 sometimes. It just depends what it is. It'd be steak and pasta.
That's dope, yeah.
And smash burgers. The smash burgers, those were
a hit,
banger, bro. Everybody fuck with the smash burgers.
And people will buy it because they're in school.
Yeah.
People will buy because they can't go out. They can't leave the gates and go over the fucking
campus.
They can't.
Shit.
So unless you go to Porterville, I think you guys who went to Porterville High School, you guys get to go. But you know, so yeah, you know, it's like they pay for that convenience too. Like a lot of people don't realize that with business, people pay for convenience sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like. I don't want to get too
It's
much
like
into
like going to the dispensary. Obviously, you know, if you're gonna be at work or whatever, you're not gonna smoke a joint on the job. You'll get in trouble. You'll get fired. But you know what a lot of people do, hopefully, you know, get in trouble for this. What a lot of people do is, you know, you go to the dispensary, you go buy a wax pen or you go buy a Nick Bake. I mean, it's so convenient because you can hit it inside and boom.
Well, gone. that too. That's another level of convenience.
Just an example, right?
Another is like, but you know, you could grow that, right?
Yeah.
Like.
But there's a lot of work that goes on behind it.
There's actually not. Actually, all it is just dirt, water, and light. And then being able to like...
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, it's just being able to clip up dead leaves. Like, you just got to know. And people get deep with it. It's like, oh, I feed my plant this, I feed my plant that. It's like, at the end of the day, bro, you're just making weed. Like, you're growing weed. Like...
But cooking is so dope, though, bro, because, like... Well, it's like chemistry, you know. I know Jay can go more in depth with it, but you're like tossing different flavors together to get like a whole different flavor. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Bro, I remember last time I was with you and Ali, and bro, I remember I think it was like Pat. You was cooking, and I remember we linked up for some trading stuff. It was pretty cool, and you were like, Jyro, you want some food? And I was like, yeah. And I believe you made like eggs with sweet potatoes. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you put in it, bro, but it was so fucking delicious.
You just get creative, bro.
It was seasoned enough. It was seasoned enough to where it didn't shoot up my blood pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like it was well prepped, bro, and like just seasoned up and everything, bro.
You got your day ready to go.
Yeah. And the thing is, bro, I had a tough 9-hour shift prior to that. I remember just sitting there in the cool air, you know, and bro just served me up. You know, he whipped it up and I felt a lot better, bro. I had that energy, you know. I felt like I could get going again, you know. And it was simple ingredients, but bro, it was just like just the fact that you got down, you know.
Yeah.
Bro just knows what he knows.
So just thinking to the catering business right now, what community events have you guys so far have done services for?
You know the first one we did?
Which one?
The Veterans Parade.
Veterans Parade? What else?
Oh.
What else you guys?
All right, so first two were parades, and then I kind of lean in towards more music. I'm not gonna lie, there's way too many events I've done to no more.
Yeah, that's good though. Yeah,
it's not that much at the same time.
Losing track is good. Bro. Yeah.
So we started off little parades, and then we went to music events, and I didn't like the scene of music events. I didn't really like the people, honestly.
Yeah.
And it was
what kind of music events were those? Like First Saturdays?
Nah, bro, it was the punk ones, bro.
First Saturdays was cool, and then Rough House was cool, but then there were some like punk metal ones. They were nice people. They just it wasn't my scene. Arrogant, like I knew my food was like too good to be in that kind of scene, and it was hard to get content because I'd be in like I don't know, it'd be in like
you're
really
just cooking up, and at the same time you gotta operate, doing videos as well, trying to promote the business.
I have a memory of the wrong person coming up and asking us for free food. That's all I can say.
At a punk event? Was it
yeah,
a punk event?
I'm trying to be not as offensive as I can be, but there was someone who came up to us that didn't look like they needed more food.
Oh,
that's all I can say, bro.
That's fucked.
That is fucked.
You want to blur it,
fair, bro.
it, bro?
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
And then you guys have been out of Wake as well. You guys have done a couple.
Those are fun. Those are fun. Yeah. Those are fun events.
It's super cool. So I mean, you guys
we love
kind
Matt.
of gone around and
shout out Matt, bro.
Shout out to the homie
Shout out Matt.
Shout out
That's cool as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I fuck with the Wake.
We love ass.
All of ass.
And another more events I started doing because the pay per plate, you know what I'm saying? People come on, they put an order. Those are cool and all, but it's like there's not as much revenue as me hitting up someone who's having a wedding or an event soon, and I'm like, hey, I could write you out a price, and then they can pay me.
It's all in one.
That's what I've been doing. My past I would say 6-8 events or something like that. It's just they pay me per event. And that makes a lot more money, and it's more guaranteed, and it's easier to get the materials because they just pay me in advance.
You can buy you're basically collecting thousands for just one event, basically.
Something like that.
With the right event,
depends on what you guys set your price for or what you're gonna cook up for.
I specialize in under 100 people. There's events where I've done 100 people or more, but just for right now, I specialize in 100 people and less because it's a lot easier for me, and the prices are more like flexible with my equipment that I have. So I'm not gonna charge someone $1,600 for just borderline basic equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So like now I'm just every event I'm just making sure to save and invest into something that'll actually help. Chafing dishes. That was the big thing is chafing dishes that I have. They're hard to clean, but that was one of the best investments I made because it makes everything look so much more professional.
So much easier, right? Yeah.
And shout out Orlandeezy. He's my cameraman.
Yeah, Orlandeezy.
Orlandeezy, bro.
Deezy does it, bro.
Yeah. He can get down, bro. He does all sorts of events.
He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
And shout out, man.
He's a good cameraman.
Yeah, you guys
really
have been fucking. You guys have that motion growing for maybe about a couple years now, maybe a year, maybe. Probably about a year.
Man, motion's been going since we were fucking put in our mama's wombs, bro.
That's facts, bro.
Like ever since we were there, that's all. It's just been then.
It's just been motion, and that's how we gotta move, bro. Is self-made entrepreneurs, bro. Being able to come together and find that people kind of have that same vision, And at that point, it's just hustle. It's just work.
Hustle.
You gotta work, bro.
Speaking of which, bro, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. You just gotta hustle. But a lot of the times, bro, a lot of people, they kind of lose themselves through the hustle. So, what's like something that you guys go through, or like what's something that keeps you guys in motion to keep this up every day, man? Well, like, is it your faith? Is it just like material things? Like what do you guys like? What motivates you guys to wake up every day and like?
The faith is like a given, but it's like, it depends on who you ask. Because if you got some sort of God in your life, and when I say God, I mean the Creator, obviously. I feel like people should know that. But, other people got different gods in their life. Because God's just an English word. Like, you could use that word for anything.
So many religions, yeah.
Yeah, well, I say I just mean the source of all creation. The natives call it the Creator. And many people have different names for it, but besides...
All right, guys, welcome back to Olivemusic Podcast. We got the boys Akashic in this building today. Shout out to you guys for popping out again.
Sir, appreciate you for having us, man.
A big question I want to ask you guys is let's stick to the music right now.
Oh, you want to talk about
so now
the music?
Let's get to the music. We obviously covered, you guys do a catering, you guys do all these community events. So, as an actual music group, you guys all make music. Jesse, what do you do musically?
Dabble.
You do dabble with music. What do you do? Whip it up.
Man, I just really be spitting my flow, spitting my raps. So I got a song out right now. It's not on any streaming, but I'm trying to get it on there. I'm trying to re-record with the L. That'll be down because I got my flows and stuff, but I just been so busy with my food stuff. The music thing is just
time's not in essence for that.
Nah, yeah, and it would be if there was a little bit of structure, but that comes with time.
Don't let him fool you. He doesn't just rap, bro.
And then we got Rahim the Dream. Obviously, we've worked a lot in the past.
Yeah,
shout out to Rahim.
Pleasure,
so what do you do musically, bro? And
man, a bit of it all. A lot of people don't know this, but I first started off just rapping on 2-track beats.
Yeah. And then now you're a music producer. You've been a music producer, engineer. So
bit of it all.
You have a great deal of experience. Obviously, you work with Jyro. You guys have worked together for a long time. Obviously, I've worked with you at different studios. So how is your experience in all these different studios and in the industry? What have you learned off of all that?
Wow.
You know what I learned? It's a great question, JD. Structure.
Exactly.
You can't build a house without a structure.
Exactly.
So if you don't come in the studio with a structure and a plan, you're going to end up kind of wasting that time.
You're not going to get shit done.
Yeah. It's just going to be a lot of hoopla.
Exactly.
So
fucking hip aye, whatever the fuck.
Shout out SpongeBob.
Yeah, bro.
So that's my biggest thing, just structure. Because a song, it has a structure in it. Even songs that are like, you could say, some songs even flow have some sort of structure to it. That's what made it good. But it's the flow also too, So once you get a structure, you also get a flow too.
Yeah.
Like for me, when I'm playing chords on the piano, getting the structure of the chords first, and then that's when I start freestyling with the top end. But it's about getting that structure first, because if I don't get that down, then it's just gonna be hoopla.
Exactly. What are some artists that you've worked with, and what were the names of these studios that you've been in, and obviously?
Yeah, you know what? IGK Chrome, down there in Los Angeles. Yeah, he's very successful. I give it all to him, bro. He's a really good dude. Knows what he's doing. He's putting the time and the skill. I don't like the word talented because I'm not talented, but people are talented. But skilled is one thing.
Yeah,
I believe in skill.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm skilled, and then in IGK, he's someone who I could say who is skilled. Seeing him every day just put in the reps, it's not, and that beats hard work. Hard work beats the talent.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, everyone, if you're talented and you work hard, you can win. But if you're talented and lazy, someone who works hard, even if they're not talented, they're gonna win. You know, so.
You know what makes
bro's been winning too, man. I mean, he's had a lot of consistency and structure. So once again, you know, shout out to the homie IGK. Yeah. You know, me and Rahim, we both worked alongside him, and yeah, man, he's super dedicated. If anything, he's one of the role models here from Valley.
Yeah, that's dope.
As a producer, that
made it big, and now he's out there in LA, as you said, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, and you guys used to work at the booth, so the booth was super cool. You guys, what was another studio you guys were at? 432 as well was super cool. How are those experiences kind of shaping you out today as an individual?
Those are some experiences for sure. Yeah, that was wild ride.
Yeah,
wild ride. You know what I mean? But everyone was good. I can shout out to Loke, you know, mixed by Loke. Dude's a really good dude. Without him, you know what I mean? He's blessed me with a lot of opportunities. You know, just from being there in the studio and stuff like that, and. You know, as far as also just work that's come down the line. So, Loke's a good dude. Learned a lot from him in the mixing game, too. So, just...
Kind of took your game up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he did. He helped me point me in the right direction when I needed a question. You know what I mean? Like, and Loke's a professional, too.
Shout out,
Loke.
I mean?
Yeah, shout him out,
good
bro.
Good dude, too.
Hell yeah, bro.
He's a believer, you know what I mean? So, it's...
So, like, obviously you brought up structure. So, like, when you talk about structure... when it comes to obviously music, everything comes with structure. But when it comes to just studios, what's your like big key with structure?
So, if someone has a song, typically, you know, it's like I recommend them to have the beat sent to me already, because I don't want to sit there. They come in like, oh, this beat, put up on YouTube and then download it.
And they don't have no lyrics or some shit. Yeah.
So it's like. And if you're gonna freestyle, it's good to know that beforehand, because they come in the idea like, I'm just gonna come in here and make this song happen, and they're not skilled enough to do that.
Yeah.
Or talented enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's really like a big thing right there. It's having your beat ready, having lyrics ready, written, all of that.
Yeah, I got something to say about that, because when he mentions the talent, right? You guys asked him earlier. It tied into the same conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of talented people get lazy. Why? Because over time, people told them, "Oh, you're so good at this, you're so good at that."
They take a fucking foot off the gas.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I have it. That means I don't need to do it no more." You know, because like people don't realize talent. A lot of talent is God given, but at the same time, God gave us skill.
Yeah. He
gave us the ability to acquire a skill. A lot of people who got it when they just like were blessed with it when they were younger, and they kept developing the skill. Mm-hmm. Like you said, there's no such thing as, I don't know if there's such thing as talent.
It just requires discipline, bro.
It is.
And
it
consistency.
Is.
That's
so
really
like,
what it is.
Those people, like you said, it didn't matter.
That skill that he was talking about.
Like he was saying, when people come in and they don't send the beat to him, they don't have lyrics ready.
It's all unprepared.
There some of them were probably told they were talented. You know, some of them spat when they were drunk and talking about some blah blah blah. And they're like, "Oh man, you can spit."
They got that feedback, and they got it to their
think,
head.
I can show up to the studio and do whatever I want anytime I want, and it'll come out. But once they get there, it's like stage fright. There's not even any cameras on them.
Sometimes the mic can scare you.
Yeah.
And sometimes the mic will scare you. Just facing it. I've had moments like that. You know, you step on the mic. Obviously, you have everything done, ready. But, you know, just like, fuck, bro. It's like a battle with the mic.
And it can't even see you.
Yeah, exactly.
It hears you, though.
That's all it is.
And then you're over here twisting your tongue and fucking... you start stuttering and everything.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's why, it isn't talent. And it might not even be skill. It might have to do more with just, like, a spirit thing. It's just, like, someone who's just able to just fucking...
I would say even then that's skill too, right? Because you have to be locked in enough spiritually to like just walk up to the mic and be like, I'm gonna conquer this motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts.
Like it is all skill.
You know.
Get it, my dude.
Welcome back, guys. This time around we got Jay on the segment.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Appreciate you sliding through, brother. So it's always a pleasure whenever you guys come through and link up with us.
Got to, bro.
And whether it's here or at an event, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. They know. They know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Jay, I want to ask, bro. You're a young dude, bro. How old are you right now, if you don't mind me asking?
We don't disclose that information.
NDA
right now.
He's old enough.
He's old enough though, right? But you're a young dude, bro. You're a young dude, you know.
It's legal, yeah.
At what point did you actually start like your entrepreneurship with Whip It Catering, bro? Or, you know, when did you decide, hey, you know what, like, you know, this is how old I am right now. This is what I'm actually going to do.
Why'd you take a gamble?
Why'd you know, when was it that you felt was a moment in your life where you felt like you had to solidify yourself through Whip It Catering? You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, that's a good question. I appreciate you for asking me that because that's really big in what goes into it. So, I've always been cooking all my life for my family, for me. I had a passion for it, and then, you know, I got really good at it at one point. I'm like, man, I got to make some money off of this, you know?
Yeah. And
so I would start selling plates. I already knew, like, I really wanted to be a chef. I really wanted to be a private chef for rappers and athletes because they take care of you, you know what I'm saying? The check is really good, and it's like, they like
millions,
too, yeah.
And not only that, but you also take care of them as well, you know?
Yeah,
all that good stuff that you're cooking up.
The repertoire where you go from one athlete to the other.
Exactly. So I just wanted to be a celebrity chef, you know? So in high school, I started selling plates, and I was like 16, 17, so I was selling like smash burgers, pasta, steak. Bro, I was selling it all. It was busting, bro. It was moving around the school.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, bro, no one was ever doing that shit. Like, there's still like chips and shit. But,
like, people that be trapping chips.
What high school were you going to? Shout them out.
All right, shout out Monachi because that's where I really got my jump start off of. Originally, I lived in Santa Cruz. I grew up here, but then I moved out to Santa Cruz, and then it really wasn't. It was my scene for sure, but I wasn't concentrated. You know, I was failing in school. I was making poor decisions, being around in the wrong area, and so I came back and I really just honed everything. So. I was already cooking out there in Santa Cruz, came out here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell these plates. And Whipped Up Catering, I just got asked by a couple people, hey, we got a music event. You want to come cater? I started off with the parades. The parades was really cool. They was popping. I made some good dough, bro. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, parades are always good, especially in Porterville. You know, Veterans Parade's always a big one. Obviously, they do what's another good
Christmas
parade?
one? The Christmas one?
The Christmas ones.
Those parades just themselves, back to back, month to month. They're successes, yeah. No,
yeah, for sure. And then I went from parades to music events to private events like baby showers, weddings, and that's what I really started doing because I don't want to sell people per thing. I kind of feel bad about it, you know what I mean? So if I just charge one person all of it, then it's just a cleaner turnout too. And I got some good equipment from doing all that, and it's just been a good experience. You know, socializing with people. I literally could talk to anybody. I could sell meat to a vegan. You feel me?
Yeah. Once you do that, like you're on the world what's it called? Guinness World Records type shit.
Facts.
Selling meat to a vegan? Shit.
But that's dope, bro. Cause you know you're so young, bro, and obviously we know you. You know we know you in person and stuff, and it's just crazy, bro. Cause I didn't know you even traveled to Santa Cruz, and that's where you even got your start. You know.
I seen a lot out there, bro. Because out here is really closed off. Everybody's so consumed in the physical world out here in Porterville and Central Valley. And I don't blame them. There's not too much to do. There's casinos, liquor stores every corner, bro. Yeah. So it's really sad to see people go into that because they're looking for instant gratification. If you're spending your time FaceTiming girls and shit, and like you smoke and go to the casino every weekend, blowing your money. What do you think that's gonna?
There's no purpose.
Yeah, exactly. You need to move with intention. That's my biggest.
You have to have a purpose.
That's my biggest, thing to tell even people, the youth and even the grown-ups that be still kind of lost, bros. Do everything with intention and purpose, because you have free will, bro. Everything that you consume is the kind of person that you are. Because something that's really big that I wanted to get out there is your personality really truly doesn't exist. It's your personal reality. So whatever habits that you place amongst your lifetime, whatever you do, if you go to the gym every day, if you eat healthy, if you pray to God, if you read, that's going to build your habits, man. You're not going to see me, messing around at parties. You're not going to see me out there like that because that's really not my scene. I really like just being alone with myself, being alone with God, because your alone time is really when you get to program your brain and think. A lot of people, they don't use their brain. If I could ask you, where is your mind right now? Where is it? Really, where is your mind? Like, that's just something I talk on and on about, so... That's just something I'm big on, spirituality and cognitive energy.
No, that's super dope, bro. You always gotta stay sharp at the end of the day, which is actually dope. Because you're cooking, and a lot of what you cook, bro, is a lot more of I guess you could say home style meals.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And it's super warm and filling, and not only that, but it's also nutritious.
What I mean, though, too, bro, is just how young you are, bro, and being able to kind of see your mindset. You're kind of giving us a little bit deeper mind into your mindset, the way you deal with your habits and everyday life, bro. You're very self-disciplined.
I appreciate that,
and that's super dope, bro, because a lot of young people your age, bro, they're just out here fucking around. They're out here, you know, either they're going to community college or going straight to college. Obviously, everybody's chasing something.
Yeah.
But, you know, the discipline's not there. You're just out. You don't know what you're getting into. At your age, you're basically free will, but you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll find out in years to come, but you just don't know what's going to happen. But you already know what you want to do. You're already ahead of the game. Yeah. You got the hustle. You got the ambition. And now it's about just, you know, being able to kind of just be yourself, bro. Change the game, and, you know, what you're doing, providing for communities. You're doing all this stuff, bro, for a good reason, for a good cause, because of your faith, because of what you're doing from your heart. Yeah,
trusting God, man. That's all I can say. The second I trust God is when the second I doubt God is the moment I failed, I lost. Everything is from God. Everything is for God. Every penny that I make, every smile that I put on someone's face is for God. It's not for me. I'm nothing but a servant of God. I'm literally just a host, man. Like, I'm really just trying to, if you were to ask me, you know, what words would people want to associate you with, right? I would say faith. Outside of religion. Religion is one thing. It's the gateway. But everybody is separated because of their religions. So the real truth...
It's been a fucking enemy since the beginning of time.
Exactly. Bro, mankind hasn't changed one bit since Adam. So we have to understand that what is dividing us. The world's not perfect, bro. The world's honestly extremely cruel right now.
Yeah, especially
so why would you go with the school of fish, bro? Why would you follow the school of fish to go get eaten? So you just have to do your own thing. Preach about God, because once you remember God, God remembers you. He'll have your favor. He'll give you rewards for even the smallest of things, even having a good intention. If you don't have the money to give out charity, if you actually have the intention of doing that, you'll get rewarded, bro. And you just have to really try with the resources that you've been dealt. I can't say that, you know, I had a bad upbringing. I was adopted into a loving family, and it could have been a lot worse. And my mom was a teen when she had me. And so she put me up for adoption because she knew as a teenager she wouldn't be able to do with that. So I have to shout out her because she could have had another option, and I wouldn't be here right now. So
or it could have been more of a struggle.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was a little different growing up with Hispanic parents, and you know, learning how to, you know, get around these little corners, especially with them. It was hard, you know, raising an African American son, and especially with all the propaganda and all the stuff on our phones. I would say my biggest regret is just being consumed in my phone when I was younger, and it really just changed who I was. I was a creative, passionate young kid, and then it ruined me into I just wanted to be what the trend was, and now I fixed that. You know, I purified myself, finding God, man. That only answer ever is God. If you're like, oh man, I'm struggle praying, I struggle reading, believe in God first, trust in God first, and then do all that, man. Like, it all comes at times.
That's word, bro, and that's dope that you keep that faith, because that's what holds you strong, you know, and that's. You know, whenever we come on to this podcast, you know, I don't think we get this deep into, you know, those conversations. But it's a dope reminder, because, you know, that's actually what not a lot of people need these days. You know what I mean? They just need something real. You know, a lot of people, they feel disconnected, but that's because at the end of the day, bro, people gotta, you know, they gotta get a little reminder that we're all human, we're all trying, and, you know, we're all keeping our pace.
Tribulations and everything.
The trials and tribulations, you know what I mean? And it's like one of those things, bro, where it's like, you know, if you see other people sharing that same mindset, that same goal, with the same intentions, like how you were saying earlier, everybody can grow, bro. Everybody could win. And that's why we actually have, you know, for the L, because it was all out of intention, you know, out of me and him, you know, and time of place and God, most importantly, bro, keeping our faith, you know, everything just developed into what it is now.
God gave us a dream, bro, and now we're living that dream. Obviously, you know, we're barely, you know, we're still growing, still growing, but you know, God gave us that dream, and you know, I continue to pursue it. We continue to pursue it like it's fucking all hands on deck, like it's everything we got to do. It's passionate, and when you talk about God, what specifically what God are you specifically talking about, and like what are you pretty much like putting your faith into?
I only believe that there's only one God, and the same God that you guys pray to, the same God I pray to. You know, I'm Muslim, and there's a lot of controversy behind that. It was something that you gotta understand from social media perspectives. But Allah means God in Arabic, so the same as agua means water in Spanish, God is Allah. So, because Islam is such a Middle Eastern religion, they use their language of that's Jesus, he spoke Aramaic. He also spoke Hebrew.
Yeah, he
and
spoke
from
a lot
that
of languages. Yeah.
and from that came Arabic. So I don't want any misconceptions about terrorism, this and that. You know, there's the real terrorists are the ones that are in office right now in the United States of America, but that's a different conversation. And
shout out to the ambulance passing by. And
yeah,
shit.
man.
Hopefully everything's all right. You know.
God bless them, man.
God bless everybody. And you know, finding Islam, I didn't find it through the brothers. I found it literally just walking. I got a notification on my phone, and it brought something up about prayer. And I'm like, man, I've never prayed in my life, man. So I was like, what's the nearest place to pray at right now, right? Because churches are always closed for some reason. And so there's like, oh, there's a mosque down the street. So I went to the mosque, and it's the most peaceful thing I've ever seen in my life, man. People of all different colors, everything. They just...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Olivemusic podcast. Right now, we're in a lone segment with the boy, WhipitupJae.
How y'all
right
doing?
Here
Thanks for having me. Appreciate y'all, brother.
No worries,
Of course, welcome, brother.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead, G.
yeah, man, I wanted to ask, bro, you know, if you were able to sit with your younger self right now, what would you tell him? You know,
that's a good question.
It's considering, bro, you know, all the knowledge and just how emotionally mature you are. You know, I know there's a lot of our younger audiences too that could maybe take some advice, bro.
Yeah.
So what would you tell your younger self, man?
That's a good question because it really speaks volumes. You know, I made a lot of mistakes, and that's why I'm here where I am now. So I would say God is real, 100%. In the most realest ways that you could ever think about. God is real. I didn't used to be a believer of anything. And that's why my life was so... I was digging a hole for myself I couldn't get out of. God is real. Love your family. Be close with your family. They're the only people that you're going to have. And take that risk. And forget about your past, man. You just got to keep on moving forward. And for the younger audience out there, you know, everybody has a different...
Facts.
Yeah, everybody got a different situation. Their family, their house. So don't consume yourself in the bad things. Just look at the positive and just work with that, man, because... I can't stress this enough, you know, just a lot of wasted time sitting in regret. The last thing that you want to do is just push off the things that you regret and just think about it. Just be like, okay, you know, that's how it is. That's the way life was. And just work on from that. Just don't make those mistakes again because everybody make mistakes. We're human.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly, bro.
Yeah,
nobody's perfect, and that's just a good illustration of that, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I appreciate it.
We got to continue to just put the, you know, we can't be over here leaning in the past. We got to put the foot forward, bro, and just continue to move. You just got to continue to move, no matter what happens. You can get fired from your job, whatever. You got to keep moving. Go find something else. Go figure it out. You know, nobody cares. Nobody really cares, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so you gotta remind yourself, you know, that you gotta pick it up for yourself, you know, at the end of the day, like how you're saying, you know, nobody's really gonna hold your hand, you know, past 18. And that's not to say like, you know, there's some people that are in certain situations, you know.
No one's gonna save you, bro.
Yeah, no one's gonna save you. You know, you might have a little support, but at the end of the day, you are your biggest support. So you know, you gotta back yourself up and make sure you take care of yourself, man.
So one thing too is obviously you do the catering, you have a big leap of faith and religion, and you do music as well, right?
A little on the side, just for fun, man. Like just because my
fun.
boys they be doing music, but something that I feel like I wanted to mention is my seasoning brand. I have my own seasoning brand on the shelves in the Apple Market in Porterville.
Nice.
And because everybody asks me, oh, what do you season your food with? So I'm like, I made it, nigga. I just made it.
That's dope, yeah.
I've been seeing that, bro. I think last time I went to Apple Market with the homie Rahim, and I remember seeing your little stand right there, bro. That's dope. That's big moves, bro.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Dude, fuck yeah.
You went from cooking to delivering, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
becoming a product of your own, and where you can't, you know, there's nothing that's gonna replicate that.
I want exactly. You could copy my swag, you know, you could copy my style, bro. You can copy all this, but you can never take my purity, bro. You can never take WhipitupJae. Like you just can't take it because I'm 1-on-1, man.
Yeah, doing it different.
In the least cockiest way ever, bro. It's just like you gotta be real. You gotta be real with yourself. You gotta see reality for how it is, and like that's just it, bro. Like I'm a realist. People they ask me, oh, you know, you this or you that. I'm me, bro. You know, that's
different.
Yeah, exactly. People are copies of each other. They got their best friend's clothes on. You know what I'm saying? They got it's.
Or they just out here on social media trying to be like somebody.
Exactly.
On social media trying to be like a celebrity or some sort of influencer.
This world isn't consumed in fear. They're worried oh, this person's gonna judge me. This person's gonna do this. Nigga, just do it, bro. Just
don't be afraid.
Just
to
do
post
it different,
man.
man.
Post that song. Don't be afraid to post. Your business. Don't be afraid to just be you.
If you could find another person like me, I'll give you $1,000. I'm just being straight up, bro.
No, yeah, that's real.
You want to one?
Ain't none of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're quite wise, bro. It seems like you picked up a lot of game in your life, bro. I'm pretty sure you probably, fumbled through.
Oh, yeah,
probably made some mistakes, bro. Even for the younger audience, bro, is there any advice that maybe, considering if you'd like to, if you're comfortable with it, sharing your mistakes?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then,
your
sharing
failures.
some advice, you feel me?
You can give.
Yeah, bro.
With some advice.
Of course. Your failures make who you are today, man. And if you don't fail, you're not gonna win. And you don't want to celebrate what you achieve. You don't want to celebrate what you accomplished in prayer with sin. That's my biggest mistake that I've ever made. Is things go good, I'd pray to God that I make a good event, good revenue, and it happened. And then I celebrated in sin, and then I think about it for weeks. It consumes me, like I was talking on the other podcast with the brothers. And you have to calculate overhead. You have to really look at the logistics of things. You can't just wing it. And obviously you're gonna lose some money, but let's say you lose a couple $100, bro. Don't stop. Like, just keep going. Like, that's part of the game, bro.
You'll make it back.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Longevity.
Exactly, bro. Like, it's really it's bound to happen. Failures are bound to happen, but it's a test. So if you see your pockets are getting a little empty, if you feel a little sick, those are all tests, man, because you're gonna come back stronger every single time. And you have to just not give up on yourself, man. Because a lot of people try to tell other people the kind of person they are. I could tell you, oh, I'm the most this. You niggas are saying it for me. You know what I mean? Because people try to make up versions of themselves that they want people to believe. But the reality is there's 1,000 versions of yourself that you can't control, bro. So one person, I'm the most talkative person in the world. And another person, I'm the quietest. One person, I'm the angriest. One person, I'm the happiest. Right? There's 1,000 different personalities of you in people's mind because everything's a first impression. So just be the person that you truly are deep down. You have to look at yourself when you was a kid, okay? And you have to relate to those. You're going to be basically the same person you was as a kid, right? You're going to have the same habits. So you just have to adjust your habits so you can create your personal reality that you live in amongst everybody.
I love that perspective because, I totally got a deeper mind in that because, myself, I'm always networking and shit. I'm always, meeting different people every week, every day. So it's that first impression is a big deal because that's how people see you. They're hey, I know Jay because fucking,
I caught him at an event.
He's a very
bro's a
positive
vibe.
person. He has a business. He does all this stuff, bro. He's very social type deal. They're like, all right, I want to work with him. Same thing with you. Same thing. We got a business. I want to work with him. He's not only is he hustling, he's over here, slinging mills, but at the same time, he's a fucking, he's saving. He comes with that energy. He has that energy to be social, to be a good, genuine person, and that's what people look up.
I appreciate it, bro.
That's what people want to be around.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's like nobody wants, somebody that has it all and they act in an image where they're this friendly and everything, but then when you see them in person, they don't give a fuck about you.
No, yeah, and I feel like that's something that's cool, bro, because whenever we come to your events, right, or whenever you show up to the events that we're working at, we always see you, bro. We always chat it up,
Shout out the L, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Shout out, whip it up. But at the end of the day, too, it's I'm around you guys a little bit more. I know we're always fucking out, out and about, because you're over there cooking, and then obviously, we're at the event, we're trying to socialize. But even then, bro, sometimes I see your demeanor whenever you're talking to other people. You got that good vibe, bro. You're glowing. You know what I mean? People smell what you're cooking, and they're like, "Fuck, I want that smash burger or whatever it is."
Come with
know
that
what
energy, bro. He comes with
and
that
that's
energy,
dope.
bro, and that's perfect. People love that. If they see you have a good energy, they say you're just a good person, a good personality, and all that shit.
It's gotta be good vibes.
They're gonna gravitate towards you.
Yeah, it's all with intention.
And that's what you want. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to be as a person. You want people to gravitate towards you because it's all genuine. It's all from the heart. You're just being you, and that's basically bottom line. Religion doesn't go into that.
Nope.
All this shit doesn't go into that. You're just being you, and people love it. They're gonna gravitate towards you.
Yeah,
and that's how we see it.
And that's a dope segue, right? Because you were talking about God, and it's not to get religious, If people take this as a religious message, then you're truly not tapped in. And you got some, You got
Educate
a little bit.
Yourself, bro.
Yeah, you got to purify a little bit. But yeah, man, like religion aside, a lot of people, they have their faith in different things, but whenever you truly realize, okay, you know what, like, it's about me reflecting inward and outward, but in a good way, with intention.
Yeah.
You know
a
what
lot
I mean?
of people. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, yeah, but that's all it really is. God is loving, and once you show that love to other people, bro, in a proper way and with genuine intent, that's how you'll truly grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. And a lot of people, they complain. I can't even say complain because a lot of it is really hard.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they want to blame everything on their current situation, and just life in general. I know people who consume themselves in political stuff, and like, it just doesn't do anything for them. Like those geopolitical things that you can't control, it's important to educate yourself on them. But to get consumed in them and just make it like your whole personality and just complain all the time, complain. You are literally the most annoying person I ever talked to, bro. Like, no offense, but it's like you can't consume yourself in something that you can't control. Exactly. Yeah. So you need to figure out what's inside, so the world around you could, because you can't change the world around you unless you change yourself and your heart. And I just dropping truth bombs. You feel me? So shout out my boys out here, bro. Shout out to L. Shout out Rahim. Shout out Jesse.
Yeah, shout out to you guys,
yes,
bro.
sir.
Shout out to Raheem as well. Thank you guys.
Ali, is there anything you want to say, brother, to close the segment?
We're not there. This is gonna be the last one. Yeah.
Any wise words maybe you want to leave the audience
Last but not least.
Man, peace out. May peace be upon all the viewers.
I mean,
Assalamu alaikum.
Stay blessed. Thank you guys for tuning in right here on the Olivemusic podcast this week. Shout out Akashic group right here. Shout out WhipitupJae. You guys are more than honored as always, bro. Yeah. Shout out to you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Porterville, California.
559, bro.
Hey, Porterville, California. Lindsay, we're like this.